Nah, for sure. I know a lot of people know Red already, but for those who don't know me, my name is Sazzy. They call me Sazzy not again. I'm a 3D artist and I work for a kid called Beast. I came here with Red today to show you guys a few like little tips and tricks just for 3D printing and bringing like your ideas to life. If you're into modeling, or even if you know like if you like any kind of like if you see something that you like and you don't know how to like put it together, or just like like get like
Mm,
a nice little prototyping going on. Me, I use 3D printing for prototyping. So if I model something in 3D, I love seeing it in real time. Like I love seeing it in front of me. So I would 3D print the model and I can check it out, scope it out, and then edit and go further from there type.
that's why, bro. That's why. Yeah, Red has been a very active creator. I'm sure most of the audience know who you are, but honestly, it's really good meeting you, Sazi. I think it's the first time we're talking. And yeah, I'm excited for this one. I'm excited.
Nah, yeah, it's a pleasure, bro. I don't really do this too much. I just like letting the work speak for itself, but gladly come over for you guys. That's not a problem. Um, so like,
Awesome.
Red, Red, is there anything you want to like get across?
Yes, that was a very modest introduction. For those of you that don't know Sazzy, he is the creator of a website called SazzyNotAgain.com. It is a site full of free 3D digital wearables for beasts. That basically is just input in and it automatically fits to your beast. If you see custom clothing out there on a beast, it's most likely made by Sazzy, not again. So definitely check that out. But super excited to have you here, Sazzy. I know there's been some interest lately in 3D models, especially because Nifty Island has so many options that I'm sure some people want a physical version of it as well. So we're excited to see you go through kind of just how to 3D model, the basics of 3D printing, any tips you could talk about for people that are interested in getting started. Maybe even like the type of printer that you use and the type of material you print, I think would be super helpful.
Yeah, 100%. I think that matters a lot because I've have a lot of friends with 3D printers and stuff like that, but they're surprised at the quality that the printing that I've been doing has, and um, a lot of credit to the actual printer itself. So right now I'm using a Bamboo A1, and I have two of them now. They're really fast printers and really good quality. So that's off rip, like the top thing, like the printer itself is super good. Um, let me turn on my screen so I can show you guys kind of like. Can you guys see the screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, perfect. Um, the one of the main things that I wanted to show was how like sometimes you will have to like modify a model if you want to see it how you imagine it, kind of. Because for example, like even with the Nifty Island price, like right now, you can see that this model, he's fully in color. He has the designs on the cape. He has designs on his body. He has some extrusions and in like bevels into the like the head shape itself, and it looks super nice. But if you look at the topology for the model for this one, this was the first model that I had a hold of Nifty Island. If you look at the topology for it, it's very like um it's not as subdivided. It's very like you can see the triangles, you can see every little piece of mesh. And this is important because this translates into the 3D print. So this file, as like if you look at it like this, it looks very nice and very clean cut. But then when you look at the topology and you look at it in STL, this is really what you're looking at, like without modifiers or anything. And then it's very you don't see the designs on the cape or on the head or anything like that because those are all UV into the model type thing. But like this is what I mean by if you want to see something, you're gonna have to like go a little further. So like if I look at this model, you don't see none of the extrusions on the body for the design or anything. So I like had to go in and model the designs onto the body because I wanted to see that on the toy. I felt like it would be like a cool detail added to like the 3D print. So I went ahead and just like added those designs that you guys had on the character onto the model itself as an extrusion so that the printer can pick it up. And just little things. So off rip, I know that on the 3D printer, the thinnest layer line that the printer can print is a 0.2 millimeter line. So I keep that in mind while I'm 3D printing. If I make something and I know that it's thinner than 2 millimeters, I already know then 0.2 millimeters. I'm sorry. Then I already know that the 3D printer is not gonna be able to print that. So I always model with that in mind. Um, and then like this 3D printer, like this model exactly, I also bring it into the slicer. And when you bring it into the slicer, you don't see it in full color like this. Not every printer is able to print in full color. So what you will see at first is, let's say, let me just um let's do it brand new. Hold on. Like if I just brought it in fresh in, this is what you're gonna see. One color solid piece, and you're gonna have to play with it. But as you can see, like now you can see the extrusions on the body. And this is what I was trying to attempt, and it came out pretty cool. I liked it. So I went ahead and painted it. And in this program, that's another cool thing. Not every 3D printer can print in full color, but this one, it has something called an AMS, and it allows you to switch between 4 or 5 different filaments, like while you're printing. And in the within the program, it has like little like I guess you can say like Photoshop buttons, I guess. Like it allows you to like paint in different kind of ways. You can get this here, for example. And I'm from New York, lovely. So nah, I'm not from Miami. um, like right here, you can change the pen size to this. And yeah, you're right, Cheddar. The AMS creates a lot of waste, but you kind of have to chalk it up to the job. Like if the AMS over here, for example, if this tells me that it's only in one color now, so it's not gonna have waste. It only does that when you multicolor print. But like in one color right now, it'll tell me, for example, let's just say, okay, so right here you see where it says model filament, 152 grams. That's of the filament that you're using for this. But then it also lets you know that in total, it's gonna be 200 grams of filament. And that's because of the supports and everything. So you kind of have to chalk that up to the job. Like instead of thinking that it's 152, it's really 200. So even the waste that's being like calculated here, it's actually part of the print because you need it. And even when the color switch happens, it comes and builds a tower over here. I don't know if you guys saw when. Let me see. Yeah, see if I can go back to that. Now let's just open a new one. 1 second. Open it again. All right, now you see this tower that's back here, this thing right here? It creates this because of the color changing thing. So every time that it changes a color, it'll come over here and let go of the extrusion. Like it'll swap the color to make sure that the next color doesn't print like a faulty layer. Like you won't see burgundy up here somewhere, or the clear color, like the lighter color down here somewhere. It just makes sure it wastes a lot of filament if you but there's also a way, I just don't do it myself. There's also a way that you can recycle the filament and make it brand new filament again. I just don't go through the hassle. It's toxic to do it in the house and it's a whole nother hassle. So I just chalk it up to the job. But so look, now you guys can see like this model being earlier it said 13 hours in one color, but now if I slice this one, since it's multicolored, it has to leave the layers every single time to deposit the waste over here. It's gonna take way longer, but it will print it in full color. Every time that the color has to switch, the machine does it automatically. I don't have to do anything. I just have to make sure that the filament is set into the right slot. And right here, like you can kind of see like how the finished product is gonna look. You can kind of see if there's any gaps or anything in the print before you print it, like that you can fix it. You can go down in layers to see like where, for example, like right here, you can also do something that I like doing a lot, but it's you have to pay attention. Like the machine only allows for you to do 4 colors, but I like taking it to the next level and doing 5 and 6 colors sometimes. But you just have to pay attention. Like right here, if these eyes were, for example, blue, and I'm already using 4 colors, before that layer got there, I would pause the machine somewhere around here and now swap the light color on the filament for blue and resume the printing. And now when it starts printing here, it's gonna be picking up as if it's printing the lighter color, but on the filament, it's gonna be using the blue that I just changed. And that's a nice way to like kind of get more colors into your print. Yeah, that's that's a little like a little hack for the filament changing things. And the filament that I use is regular PLA. I live in a house. I have two daughters here, and I try to use the least toxic things. Um, I don't with the filament with the PLA filament. It's like it's pretty like it's FDA approved, and you don't really need to have it enclosed in anything. And it's super clean. Like aside from the little filament waste that it has, like there's no extra toxic anything coming out. Like as even while the filament is burning, it's not toxic to you as a person. The PLA. So that's what I work with. This is my workflow. Um, and this is what has been working for me. Every single time that I print, I find out a new little trick that works a little better for certain models. What works for one model isn't always going to work for all of them. So it's like you have to kind of like prepare it. But once you do have the file prepared, it's all go. This is a super, super, super good source of like passive income if you're into like if you have the time to like play around with it. This is a nice way of passive income also. I created a little company for my lady. That's something completely different to talk about, but she prints hallway passes for her teachers in school and stuff like that, and it's been going really good for her. Like, there's a million use cases for this. Like, you can use it for anything. Yo, Cheddar knows a lot about PLA. Nah, yeah. So that picture that Red just posted, those are like the hall passes that my lady sells and stuff like that. Is there any way that? Oh, I guess they can just write the questions in the chat. If anybody has questions, you can just write it in the chat, and I'll gladly answer. Um, Let me see if I have one of these around actually. Yep. See, like recently, I came across these NFC chips that are really, really small and like tiny. So I'm able to now pause the print and put NFC chips inside of these toys. And when you tap your phone to the toy, they link you to an authentication website. And like it's pretty cool. Like imagine using this for merch or anything that you have going on. Like imagine if you drop a limited merch drop, like let's say 48 pieces or whatever, and now you can use it even for giveaways too. Like let's say if I put an NFC chip inside of one of those products, um, jump to print the full color one. It shows it right here on the screen. Look, this one would take 2 days and 17 hours, so roughly 3 days. Um, it would take roughly 3 days to print this one in full color. This is a 10.5 inch toy right here. This is printing it at full size, full capacity. It would take 2.5 days, almost 3 days. But the NFC chips, a super super dope way, and you can run giveaways like or you can so you can't just sell those at that time to print. What do you mean, Jump? Yeah, lovely. That's the brand. Those are really really good. Any the A1 Mini, yeah, the 2 days to print. It is very long, but the thing is that it's also like set it and forget it. The printer is so good that once you have the file set up, it's not gonna fail. Once it's up, like once that file is ready, it's not gonna fail. Every single time you just press and go. That's it. Yeah, and it doesn't consume a lot of electricity either. Like um there's a way to know within the program. I just haven't been too savvy on that, but there's a way to see like the exact wattage consumption and everything of the printer. It's not too crazy. I've been using it for roughly like a month, I think, like a month and some time. And the bill, we use air conditioning and stuff like that, but there wasn't like not nearly a bump, like maybe $10 difference of the previous bill. Yeah, look, 24/7, $300 a year. Like that's nothing. But that's the thing, Jump, with this printer. I guess to each his own, and every experience may be different. But my experience so far with these printers, I have nothing bad to say. Nothing at all. Like even even the way that the layer lines look from prints that I've seen compared to the layer lines on this printer, like super impressive, super impressive. Let me turn on this camera. Mm, I might have to turn the light on though. But look, this is one of yeah, I gotta turn the light on. Hold
Dude, this is fucking fire, bro.
Yo, this is fun, bro. I love it. I guess since I'm already into like modeling and stuff, I have the patience and just the eye for wanting to see it. Like I don't know, it's just super cool for me. It's super cool. All right, here we go. This is one of those gold prints that I just showed that I have on screen right now. This is one of them right here. This is 10-inch one of
God damn, bro. This is fire.
this is one of the 10-inch ones. Of course, the Nifty token on the bottom. Had to create a stand for it because the sprite's feet, the head is too big. But look, I'm show you. See, look, this is another. Let me see. I'll show you something that I've been working on. This is something just so you can see like how where you can take. This is something completely unrelated to Nifty or a kick or beast or anything. Um. All right, cool. So I've been making these characters that are inspired by my kids and my friends' kids, and just to see it, I 3D printed this right here as well. And look at this. This one is not in color. I sanded it down. I've been sanding it down for painting, and this completely feels like a vinyl toy right now. Like this has no layer lines at all. This is it feels really nice. Like it feels like a nice finish. And this is maybe 2 hours of sanding on the toy. Super, super nice finish. But then I haven't tested yet. I haven't tested sanding the full color prints because I'm scared that it's gonna mess up like the finish on the print. So I haven't tested that. I gotta give that a go. I haven't tested that yet. This is a beast, one of the beasts that I printed. Oh look, this one actually has an NFC inside the hat somewhere. Let me see. So this one, look, you don't need any app. Just open the phone, and I'm gonna tap the head. It's somewhere in the hat. I don't remember where. So I got everything closed. Those NFC chips are dope. Gotta be on the home screen, I think. Of course, this is like oh, there it goes. I was gonna say this is gonna be like the Tesla show when they broke the window. So look, so I tapped the phone and it brought me to this is a authentication page on my website. But you can do this if you're doing this, you can make that go to anywhere. You can make those NFC chips turn off the lights in your house, start the car if you have like it depends on what you want to do. Like there's a million use cases for it. So all of this shit, like it's super cool. This is something for this is great, Nate. I gotta get this out. I've been a little busy. I haven't been able to get it out. Look, this is a nifty pistol. Look at the details that it printed. Like that's insane. All the little gears on the side. Like this is crazy the way that it prints this. You saw a video when a guy used the ring to start his rose. What do you mean? That's interesting. Nah, but yeah, I could talk about I could sit here and talk about BD like all these little toys and stuff all day. Like I really have fun. Like I enjoy doing this. It's really, really dope. If anybody has any questions, let me know. If you want to see like anything within the program, there's also like a mad different, like a lot of different ways to set the supports for your character too. So the actual the way that let me see something. The way that the supports normally would run is like this right here. Hold on. Yeah, so this is the way that like when I first got the printer, what the first things that I printed, I was using these supports. But then I noticed that these supports, when I would try taking them off, they would break certain details on the toy, or like they would like mess up like like how it would look from the front, or just little things. And then I found these, the tree supports, and the tree supports I like it a lot more because you can kind of like This is on auto right now, but if you put it on manual, you can kind of guide to where like the tree support builds up to, and it won't affect like the main parts of the toy that you're trying to print and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool also. Yeah, you see right here, this is dope. There's nothing affecting the front of the body. It's only on the parts of where the hand is right here, and since there's a separation there already, like it makes sense for it to split there. Then here in the front of the toy, nothing is there. So this is the settings that I used to print the one that I just had, and on this one, like it's hard. There's no damage to the toy itself. Like it's very hard to see like anything that had to do with the supports. So I like that setting so far, so far. And then on this one, you can see like the little bump on the detail for the body that I was doing with the extrusion. Like it's pretty cool. To start a rose. Oh yeah, that's fire. That's fire. To start the car. Yeah, that's fire. I did see that actually. I did see that. A lot of people are doing crazy stuff because you can print. There's a lot of different materials that you can print in. Also, I only use PLA right now, but there's something called I think TPU or something like that. That is very flexible. You can print like phone cases, prototypes for shoes, for like sneakers and sandals. If you make something in Blender, um, like it's dope. You can print like Crocs and stuff like that. Like it's crazy. Let me turn the camera off.
Dude, what's like the
How do you
craziest you've ever printed?
the craziest thing so far? I'm not gonna lie. The nicest might have been the robot that I made for Red. But the craziest, I don't know. I think these pistols for Nifty Island, because these pistols have like such like intricate small details, and I'm surprised that the printer can catch them and like just print them correctly and stuff. I'm really surprised with how it prints the pistols, to be honest.
So why do you need the support levels for it? Is it just so it won't break during the printing process? Because I've seen
Yeah,
the topo you're
so on
showcasing now
certain
has a bunch.
on certain parts also, so the printer works in a way like it's literally layer per layer. So right now, like if, even back here, if the printer starts building and it's up to here, now what's gonna happen is that it's gonna try to build here also and then over here. But then
Mm,
this has nothing to hold it from here up, you know? So it'll
yeah, yeah,
create a
yeah.
support, it'll create a support from the base here to the initial contact point, and then it doesn't need anymore. So once it covers that piece, the support stops and then the print just starts building from there up. But since there's multiple points of like contact without contacting the body, all of this is empty in between. So it needs to have a support for this to hold up while it's printing. That's why it builds the support like that. And then sometimes like okay, so there's little things that you can change. Like right now I have the angle set to look, the max, the threshold angle is 20. So anything that goes past a 20-degree angle, a support is going to be necessary. But you can change this. You can put 45 and then maybe you won't need a support for this angle here. I just like playing it safe so that you don't gotta the printer also has like a camera on it. So if you step out, you can still see the progress of the those are so nice, Cheddar. Those are dope. So like if you step out, you can see the progress on the printer through the camera. But I just like using the supports so that I can like step away from the printer and know, okay, that's safe. I know that it's good, you know? Not everything requires supports. I've built a few things like little fidgets and the hall passes that I make for my lady. Those don't require supports. You can just build them from the plate up. And the printer has a nice feature that is called ironing. And what this does is that once it gets to any top surface or anything that's on the outer shell or anything like that, the the nozzle of the printer will actually heat itself to like a super hot temperature and then go over the filament with the top of with the tip of the nozzle, and it'll create like this like smoothing onto the PLA, and it gives a nice finish. So that's also a cool piece from the printer, like a cool thing that the printer does. And then
That's
like
fire.
if yeah, and then like so I had a situation when I first started printing these. I had a situation where the feather on the top was super fragile. So I had to like go into Blender, make this a little thicker, make this a little, like like just manipulate it a little bit so that it can have more like sturdiness here. But then I haven't I haven't played with it yet, but there's also a thing where you can like literally like if I didn't want this to break apart and I wanted to print, let's say, a 30-inch model instead of a 20-inch model, I could take this and literally like I can cut it. Let's say right here, for example. Yeah, like if I wanted to cut it there, for example, I can literally create a connector to it. So now I'll take this, move these pieces out, um, and let's just say add a where somewhere. There. So now I can print this part alone on a plate, and this part will automatically have that part to land on it. And I like making it a square, so if you once you put it together, the head can't actually like rotate or move anywhere or anything like that. It'll still stay in place. And if you want, you can put glue or a little bit more plastic in there while it's hot so that you can melt it together. But once you confirm the connector, you perform the cut, boom, right, the computer do its thing real quick. Yeah, so now it'll give me the head separated from the body. I can, place it anywhere on the plate. Place this anywhere on the plate, place this over here. And now if I wanted to, we can literally like select both and scale even higher because the print can go 10.5 inches up high. So this one we can probably make it like 100 to 50. Okay. So this would be like a 22-inch toy right here. When life size palm. That would take a minute. Yo, the base on the palm. Oh man, let me show that actually. Hold on. How long would this take? Let me can I even print this on tape? If I can, I might mess around. Let's see. Oh no, it's too big for this one. All right, but you get the idea. Like you can split this into multiple parts and continue the like like you can put them together after. You can cut them halfway through the middle, however you want. You can cut it at the arm so that you can make the arms movable. You can place a dowel in between and make the arm like rotatable and the head as well. You can rotate it. Let me show you guys this little palm. Yo, so the palm, I haven't completely figured out yet. I've been playing with it almost. I almost got it. Um, all right. So this one is this one, there's a problem. All right. So on this one, I try to cut the bottom of the item so that we can have like a flat surface to just place them anywhere. That was number one. Then the print failed on me a few times because the support, as you can see it here, like the support will have to build and kind of catch this little leaf before it starts printing. And every single time that it would get there, it would start failing every single time. So what I did was that I cut the model to where that happened and I cut that off. Then even when I cut that off, this kept on messing up. Then I filled in the layers of the leaves on the model itself. This is hollowed out and I tried making it thick so that it wouldn't fail. So now the this piece printed correctly, but then this kept messing up. So then I just split it and I put it together, and this is a piece that's put together from three separate pieces on the print plate. I'm trying to get it to where I can just make it in one solid piece, but this is from one of those chop ups that I was doing on the slicer, and it comes out pretty cool. It looks identical to the model itself. It looks cool. It's like a trophy almost. Yo, Cheddar is killing it with the prints. Okay, Cheddar. Yeah, that's another dope thing. The lamp making, you could like literally like just get like little bulbs and strips from Amazon and go crazy. Yeah, going crazy with it. That looks so nice, bro. Look at that. Sheesh. Super dope. I think that's really like I don't know. I guess like the basics, the fundamental to it. Everything else like is really on what you're trying to make or what you're trying to do with it. To be honest.
Hey, Sassy, could you cover again what type of printer you have and then where people would get like the materials to actually print for anyone that's like interested in
100%.
printing?
Yeah, I have the Bamboo Labs A1, just a regular A1. They have the A1 Mini, is also super good, just a smaller print, like a smaller print sizing. Um, I use the Bamboo Labs A1, and right, so I've been using inland filament. I tried bamboo filament, but I kind of feel like the color changes a little bit after it melts. And I don't like the accuracy. Like I don't like seeing a color and then after you print it, it's completely different. The inland filament that I've been using, I've been buying it at Micro Center, and they're really affordable. They're the max is probably like 28, $29 per spool. And one spool is gonna bring 1,000 grams. It's a kilogram. It's 1 kilogram of filament. And that, like if I'm printing a one colored model, for let's say this toy, for example, hold on. Say this one, the one that I just showed you guys. Like if I'm just printing this guy in one color or whatever, this is at 7.5 inches. Um, this would probably be less than 200. This one is okay, so 208. I can make four of these and still have almost enough for like a fifth one with one roll if I'm only using one color. So it's pretty like it doesn't take a lot. That's what I'm trying to say. Like unless you're printing something that's massive and you're like infilling it a lot, like to make it super, super solid, like the filament will last you. It will give you enough filament to do a few things. And then there's this super nice filament company that I came across. It's called Proto Pasta. But that one is a little more expensive. Those are $50 for half of the amount of the filament. So you're getting 500 grams of filament for $50, but the colors are way nicer, way nicer. So if you have a model that maybe you already know that you finished and you like how it came out, then you go ahead and get the proto pasta filament, and then that's how I guess how you would like finish the job, I guess. But that one is a super super nice and smooth filament. If anybody want to look into it, I'm looking. I think the next one that I'm gonna get is the bigger bamboo lab one, the X1 or the PIP, I think P1P, I think it's called. One of those. It's like an enclosed version of the one that I have. So it's gonna allow me to print those other the PLAs, like the toxic ones, the CPU, PLA plus, and all the different ones. Let me see. I'm gonna find the actual one. And this is the
And
one.
as we're wrapping up here, if anyone has any questions, make sure you put them in the chat here. Sorry, Sassy, go ahead.
Is there? No, I was just saying this is the one right here, the one that's on screen right now. This is the one that I have. I have two of these. And they're affordable. Like they like you can buy it without the AMS, and it's gonna literally come out to maybe I don't know. Like let's see. Look, it's even on sale now. But look, without the AMS, it's literally like with taxes and everything, you're probably looking at like $400 maybe. And without the AMS, the only thing you can't do is print in color. But the printing quality and everything and the speed and everything is still there, you know?
Have you tried hand painting any of the models you've been printing yet? Any recommendations there?
Not yet. I've so the ones that I sanded down, those are the ones that I'm gonna try painting. But I have 8 of them in total. So instead of just starting one, I'm actually like trying to print all 8 and sand them down so I can have them ready for painting, and then I'm gonna go into that. I really haven't tried it. I haven't tried the painting them yet.
Oh, yeah. So if anyone has any questions about getting started with 3D printing, if you need help with 3D modeling, if you have a 3D model that you want to print, make sure you reach out to Sazzy. He's definitely been a great resource for the Beast community and now the Nifty community as well, and just a really dope individual. And appreciate you coming out here, Sazzy, and taking the time to kind of walk through this.
100%, bro. Appreciate you, bro. Anytime.
Yos,
Dude, that's
over to
awesome.
you, sir.
Yes, honestly, I just have one question. So how is the coloring process go? Obviously, it's very delicate. You don't want to like mess things up.
Do you mean the coloring on the 3D print or the painting?
Oh, yeah, yeah, the painting.
But do you mean within like for a 3D print colored or hand painting? You mean?
Uh, oh, okay, yeah, makes sense. You have yeah, just hand coloring. Do you do that or?
Okay, so hand painting, I haven't yet. Of course, I've tried painting on canvases and like I've done graffiti before and stuff like that. So I do know that I would be able to, but I haven't had my goal at trying to print 3D prints yet. And now the process in the slicer actually, that's a better question. But like in the slicer, depending on how you model things, it's gonna be easy to color things. So this one, like I'm kind of modeling them, preparing them for 3D printing already, so it will be a little easier. But look, like if I just pick a paint bucket and a fill color, I can select the amount of fill that I want, kinda, and let's just go along. Let's see. Look, like see, that's already gonna come out brown. Uh, the eyebrows. Let's lower this a little bit. See right here, if I leave it like that, it's gonna paint too much. Paint that like that, and then I'll just go in and fix the little extras. There's something here that's triangles also, and if you pick that one, it'll select the faces of the model depending on how
Yeah.
you left it. And you can go in and you can like really get crazy with it.